Hoyoverse is digging their grave with every little bit of information we are finding out about them, and this proves to be actually lowest of the low, right? We've had the weird character designs, the low quality effort, but now we have AI in the mix, and when you put AI into creativity, people get angry, and when you already have a large amount of the community angry at you, this doesn't put you in a good light, because everyone hates AI generated content. AI generated content is made to replace people and save money. It is a disgusting symbol of capitalism. Now, I love Genshin Impact, I love Zenless Zone Zero, but when you are firing your employees in hopes that you will replace them with AI, I think there's a bit of an issue with you. And I can't defend AI in any way. I had to delete Call of Duty because they used AI in their bundles that were paid for. Paid bundles using AI generated content. I can't grasp that. I can't grasp how that's legal or allowed without disclosure. Especially when there are very, very obviously AI generated images in that game. And if you disagree with me, and you know COD well enough, actually go die, because you are actually stupid. There is so obviously AI usage, and it doesn't even boil down to the zombie loading screen, right? With the falling pinky, that's like half obvious that it's AI, even though it is. We have these calling cards, which are like the most generic, boring anime AI generated art I've ever seen in my life. It feels like I just did a Google search of anime character, and that's what would have popped up, because now every single Google search result is filled with AI art instead of real art. Back to the main topic, Hoyoverse are doing layoffs, which basically means they just fired a lot of employees at a very short notice, because they want to replace them with artificial intelligence, AI, whatever you want to fucking call it, right? The worst thing to grace the earth is artificial intelligence, and that is because it takes away creativity, and it is the tool of corporate greed. I do not care what anyone says. I have never seen a more evil tool be released into the world which signals capitalism. It takes away creativity, it takes away passion, it takes everything beautiful about a creative process, and it turns it into a generic office space financial table bullshit. Alright, that's a bit of a stretch, but you know what I mean. I hate it because it turns artwork and then it turns creativity into something that it's not. It turns it back into a generic subject. Let's say you have English, math, science, right? Worst subjects ever. Then you have digital art, media production, right? These fun lessons which revolve around getting creative, these subjects that are all about becoming creative and innovative, then it just gets stripped away, because now anyone without any sort of skill can do it. You didn't put in the hours to learn how to do art. You didn't put the hours in how to write a good story. You're just gonna put it up all into ChatGPT and expect to get an amazing result. Companies who use AI are absolutely filthy, and I really cannot get past it. And if seriously Hoyoverse starts implementing AI generated quests or content in general, which affects like a large portion of the game or a noticeable portion of the game, I genuinely won't be able to support it anymore. Genuinely, because I'm so sick of seeing AI content be implemented into big name studios, right? Indie studios, they don't seem to be using it. Indie studios still to this day pay artists for the most part. They pay people to do the creative work that they can't do themselves, because that's how you manage the economy. That's how a job works. An artist needs to get paid. But when you can just run it up into an AI machine, you don't need those jobs. You don't need to pay those workers, because the AI can just generate it for you. The sloppy bullshit looking piece of fucking art that nobody likes, but people will shovel down anyways, because the dumbest of the dumb people will still fall for it and will still engage with it. They won't see the difference, because a lot of people, especially if you want from a creative industry, you won't be able to tell. You won't be able to tell what's AI generated and what isn't, because you don't live in the space where you know how to look for signs of normal made art and normal made writing. When you see these signs and you know it's AI, it ruins everything, every part of the game, and there's the worst thing. So let me tell you how it's going to affect Hoyoverse, right? So let's talk about what actually these layoffs mean for the company, right, and what you might expect in content in Genshin. Will the content quality ultimately drop off? Absolutely. If there is a large amount of these creative developers which have been laid off due to AI, then it's going to be pretty obvious when the quality of the content starts falling down, and there's become noticeable changes in the way the game feels, the game just plays, and the soul behind the game. Because when you put AI into stuff, you take away the soul from it, right? You didn't spend hours creating art for this scene. You just put it into a machine and generated it for yourself, right? That's not good. You're not an artist. You're not special. You put a prompt into a AI model that you probably didn't even make yourself. So what actually can you expect? We have no idea whether this is on the technical side of the game or on the creative side of the game. And I'm implying a lot that it is the creative side, because that is a lot of what is being replaced. But if AI is incorporated into the game making process, it will probably be in form, and it will at least start in the form of smaller world quests. You will notice that the writing in world quests will probably get significantly worse, and it will just be like really basic and generic. And this is being really generous. This is me implying that it's not going to go over into the main quests or story quests that are actually important, but they very much could. Next, let's go over to character kits, right? Character kits can so easily be generated by AI, and if they decide to do that, then we're just going to have less unique, less fun, less innovative characters. We're just going to see the same things plastered over and over again, reused even. Now, this is just because AI always goes off the highest common factor, right? AI will always pick the most average result because it is the result with the most like input, if that makes sense. It is the most data that's available. The average data is what it always takes. It will never take what is actually the best. It won't ever take what's actually the worst. It will sit right in the middle of the two. It will never ever top anything really unique and creative, and that is because AI is made using things that already exist, right? Making AI invent something new, it's not magical, it's not something extremely whimsical even. It is just prompts that have been taken from already existing things. And if you're AI generating art, I hope you know that real artist artwork has been probably used, probably without their consent as well, to fuel these AI models and to fuel these bad AI slop artworks that keep getting dished out on Google search, all of these things. Now, what's my point with this video? If Hoyoverse do in fact include AI generated content in their game, I will just pull the trigger on myself, because this is the whole game my channel is based off. And if they're going to do something as dumb as use AI in their fucking game that has been praised so many times, I've had a good storyline and being praised for having such creative innovation, I'm just going to quit. Genuinely, I can't defend it. I'm sorry. You're awesome, I get. Subscribe.